Hi everyone, it's Eileen Bunce here. Now, I was asked a bit about the Accredited Stress Management Practitioner Course from some people that would want to actually join the Relaxation Therapist Training. And they wanted to know the difference. And so I'm going to explain what the Stress Management Practitioner Course is. What does it entitle you to be? Well, first of all, it's accredited by the IPHM, and just so I clarify, I'm trained in stress management. I've trained in stress management in many different types of courses in stress management, and other modalities that you would class as related to stress management or could be used as stress management tools, right? And I'm also trained to advanced stress advisor for stress management or stress advice to university level, right? And this training is based on what I have learned from, a lot of different training, but also as a therapist and a coach and a healer, some of the most useful tools and what I believe is important within a stress management practitioner course. There is a lot of courses out there in relation to stress management, but often they're very, very basic and they don't always give the practitioner the right tools. And to me, it's not just about the qualification. It's never just about getting the certificate or qualification. It's about getting quality content. It's about getting the right training and being able to have the tools to use for the clients that you're going to work with. And everyone that does my course, everyone will be working with a different type of client set and with different challenges. So it's important in some of the training that I do that I give people different types of tools, right? And we have some tools that we think are, basic, foundational, are really key in importance. And some of those actually in the relaxation therapist training, my relaxation therapist training is very different from most because I include lots of extra things in it. And there are lots of stress management tools, things like meditation, mindfulness, also things like we go into different things about that you would normally use in a stress management. So we do go into the stress management 101 is actually included in the relaxation therapy training. So we look at different aspects of stress management, anxiety management, understanding the stress cycle and the anxiety cycle, which is so important because stress should never be approached from one angle. And stress management involves stress resilience and involves all things about, looking at your lifestyle, looking at different things, and the ability to switch off. Most people do not know how to switch off deeply. And that's the biggest things, and that's why I include the training. But if we look at, if we look at the Stress Management Practitioner Course, in many ways is the next level up from the basic Stress Management 101 course, but it's also based on a lot of the tools and techniques and approaches used also in the Accredited Relaxation Therapy Training Course, and it's the one from 2019 because it was up-leveled. There's a variety of reasons I was seeing in a lot of situations where it was previous students, there were certain things that just, I realised there were certain things they just didn't understand and maybe took for granted that I knew and understood. And I realised that I wanted to up-level that training and make it more extensive, okay? Now, I have said if there's any student that already did training before that and wanted to go on this course to do contact me, okay? So it's based on the foundation of both, the Accredited Relaxation Therapist and Teacher Training and what we call it's just like a foundation in stress management, an introduction in Stress Management 101. But the main difference here is that in the Stress Management Practitioner course, the modules that are separate from all the rest are more on now getting into the psychological approaches, getting into mindset, getting into more mental analysis tools in relation to if you were working with clients one-to-one and in courses and workshops, but you're obviously using, still basing all that on what you've already learned, right? Now, for those of you who are not familiar with which is actually some of the main tools that are in the Accredited Relaxation Therapist Training, we have lots of different relaxation techniques, and it's not just about the techniques. I'm very much about using these relaxation techniques safely and effectively. It's something that's actually not talked about, particularly when we've seen the last 10, 20 years when there's been a huge increase in fast track training where people just want things at the press of the button and they just want their certificate. But, you know, and training schools sometimes struggle as well to make money. So they're trying to do it in a way that it's palatable for their audience, maybe not always the right for their clients. But I'm very much about safe and effective practice. So we also include, and there is some stress management tools, anxiety management tools, but also understanding stress from from a holistic perspective, understanding anxiety from a holistic perspective, understanding the stress and anxiety cycle. It's very important that people understand all the elements of stress, and that it's not just mental and emotional, the biological stressors, environmental stressors and things. We also, as I said, include meditation and mindfulness techniques, and we look at the type of techniques that are more suitable for certain types of people, and some are more advanced than others. What people just assume that meditation, even though I think it's a technique that it's very suitable, it's great for everyone. There's certain times where it's not always ideal. They're better maybe learning relaxation first, particularly one of them is like trauma or grief, right? We also look at a little bit about NLP, just some simple strategies, and we look at guided visualization, creative visualization, and again, how to create scripts, meditation scripts that are safe and effective, that will minimize the risk of re-traumatizing. Many people are very naive about this. They don't realize that certain words or certain types of visualizations or certain things can really trigger people, and not always in the most safest way. So we look at that, and we look at different breathing techniques. And again, one of the things about breathing techniques is a lot of people just use breathing techniques at the beginning. There's a variety of reasons that we don't. And one of it is that through the years, I got many clients came to me who, when a practitioner just used breathing techniques, they actually became obsessed about the breathing. They ended up having more anxiety disorders. And there was one organisation where I seem to get lots of people constantly from this organisation, and it was working against them. So that's why we use, as I said, a holistic approach. So these are all the modules that are already in the relaxation training. Now, what does the stress management awareness, what will it help the Accredited Stress Management Practitioner Course? What difference will it make? Well, it's going to give you more skills and confidence and awareness and understanding to be able to do stress management awareness courses for organisations in the workplace, and more extensive courses, right? So you'll have broader tools to use, because some of the relaxation therapy training, even though it's actually very substantial and it's really an effective course, people maybe don't understand what relaxation therapy is, and underestimate the value and underestimate what the training is. So it's the fact it's it's telling you that you're actually a stress management practitioner, right? So you're going in as a stress management practitioner at that organisation, and you come in with different approaches so you can support that organisation or even work with one-to-one clients, right? So we dive much deeper, and it's some of the topics we've discussed in Stress Management 101 and the Relaxation Therapist Training. And some of the topics and techniques we will explore separately in this training include a balanced, healthier lifestyle. Right, now we've already included that a little bit, but we get into it in a bit more detail, and we go into it from using tools in a different way. We look at some coaching tools that are commonly used, but how you can use them in the best way and see things from a certain perspective that's sometimes not always taught as well. We'll look at some basics of CBT. I have to add here, it certainly does not make you a CBT practitioner. It just gives you tools that you can actually hand over to the client to use themselves. Things about healthier mindset, again, tools and things that will encourage the client to have a healthier mindset. Relationship analysis tools, more stress management resilience, looking at that from a wider perspective, stress at work, and time management. And as I said, stress management is a very wide subject, and a lot of people assume, a lot of therapists seem to think stress management is just, you know, getting someone relaxed in their holistic therapies or doing certain things. There's a lot more to it, and that's why in this course, I believe if you're going to be a practitioner, you should have a wide set of skills now. And there's a lot more modern techniques coming out, and there is something else I will be teaching you. That's a wee secret, that's a wee bonus that anyone that's actually doing the stress management practitioner will get to learn a very powerful tool that, and I'm gifting these out for, there's a variety of reasons for that, but anyway. So the training starts formally for this. It's going to be modular. I'm going to do different modules up till March 2022, and it's to break it up because obviously a lot of students are already on the training, a lot of people are working already, so that's why I've decided to do it. And the first module starts on Tuesday night, 7 to 9 p.m. UK time on the 26th of October, and it's the Healthy Life Work-Life Balance module, and we'll be looking at tools, and some of the tools are sometimes coaching skill tools and other tools, and we'll be just looking at how you can use them effectively and how you can look at the individual from a different perspective as well. And if you're either a qualified coach, now I have to add, I mean, and this is not disrespect to anyone, but if you've just done something like a 10 or 20 hour coach, we wouldn't recognise you as a qualified coach. It's just because of, for a variety of reasons. There's a lot of courses, unfortunately, out there, and they don't even cover the basics of what a class as a fundamental coach. But if, say, for example, you're a therapist or you're someone who would just like to, you can join in as what we call an infill student. And that means you wouldn't get, obviously, the stress management practitioner qualification, but you can use it as CPD to maybe learn some tools and how to use these tools more effectively with your clients, okay? So if you want to look at, you know, if you're a student already and you want to see, we have information about our student events. You can see at www.stresscoachtraining.co/relaxation /student/events/. Now, most of the events on that page are for our already relaxation students, but you will see the other dates for, if you look right down, the stress management, and you'll not be able to take part in all the modules, because we will do one, obviously, that's only relevant for people that are doing the accreditation, but there is quite a few different courses that you'll probably, you know, some of you might find interesting. Now, I have to add, because it's live training, this is a wee bit different than the accredited relaxation training. The accredited relaxation training, there's a lot of self-study in it, and then there's like a monthly live and a Q&A. With this course, you have to attend quite a lot of the lives to get the accredited stress management practitioner course, because in many ways I will be assessing people as they go through, and you'll be getting to work with other students on the actual classes, right? So it's a kind of a working class online, okay? If this is something that you're interested in, I will put a Calendly link in the link, where you can actually, if you wanted to have a chat with me about the course, or you can email me, or, you know, message me through my business page on Facebook. And if you get any questions, you know, we're happy to answer about the training, okay? Have a great day or a weekend whenever you watch this. Bye for now.